Hello Booksters! Great to be back with another episode of BooksterTV, the independent author showcase series. I'm Craig Phillips. Okay, when I launched this series, I think it was like maybe almost a year ago, I essentially wanted to dedicate my efforts solely to independent authors and their great books. But I have since learned, along the way, it's kind of necessary to pay some bills now and again. So I just want to let everybody know BooksterTV will have the occasional sponsored author and their literary works when the time comes. Today, however, I'm bringing you, an indie author, something new from a wonderful author from Texas, Daniel Lance Wright. Usually I'm a tad bit wary of anybody with three names, especially from the South. I know, I've said this before and I apologize to everybody in advance if I'm offending you. But it seems like those guys are, they're often serial killers. But have no fear, in this case, it just happens to be a great writer with three names. Daniel writes adventure, suspense, thrillers, young adult, novels, shorts, and a heck of a lot more. And some of you might know his previous titles, such as Where Are You, Anne Bonny, Paradise Flawed, 6 Years Worth, The Last Radiant Heart, Phobia, and a heck of a lot of other stuff too. But today, we are showcasing a new work. Well, at least it's new to me. It's called One Day in Lubbock. I've never been to Lubbock, Texas. I've only visited Dallas, Austin, and Love Field, but it's a cool place. Lubbock is located in the northwestern part of Texas and ecologically is part of the southern end of the West High Plains. Confusing. Other than our star author, Daniel Lance Wright, the only other celebrity I know associated with Lubbock, Texas would have to be Buddy Holly. Now, Daniel's book, One Day in Lubbock, I should also add, Daniel actually lives in Clifton, Texas. He lives together with his wife, Ricky, and guess what? They've been together over 40 years. How awesome is that? Congratulations. All right, the book is about, simply put, second chances. And that's a theme I think pretty much everybody can relate with. And frankly, it's a situation that many people will need to have at least once at some point in their lifetime. And in this case, it applies to our main character, William Dillinger. William believed that the only way to live was unmarried and unencumbered. Sounds like the ultimate bachelor to me. This was William's MO until he reached the age of 72, and he had a criminal history behind it. Now, if you ask the author what the book is about, Daniel says it's essentially a love story. It's not necessarily a romance because it's more about the quest for that as opposed to actually experiencing it. Now, as I said, 72-year-old William Dillinger, he's an ex-con, a victim of his own bad choices, and following his stint in prison, as a result of those choices, he ends up working a fairly menial job in a hospital in Texas. He's the guy who's doing the floor maintenance. We've all seen him. And he has to wear a location bracelet on top of that, the kind you get from the correctional facility. Now, why did he go to prison? Well, he was a scammer. He was the kind of guy that could talk you out of all your money, and he did just that. And at one point, he went too far and he got caught. Can't tell you more than that, though. Now, one day, he sees the only woman he ever loved, his high school girlfriend. After that, his, dormant desire to live is suddenly reawakened. And now he's thinking about the future and all the possibilities he has. And of course, he's remembering all of the past and the things that led up to where he is today. Now, the story also takes a pretty interesting turn when William, the guy that works at the hospital, he drops to the floor. And his friend and colleague, Bee, she's a nurse, she makes him go to the emergency room to see the doctor. And because of that, she actually saved his life. This story, all in all, is quite moving and emotional, and really has a rather unexpected ending. No spoiler alerts, don't worry. It's the kind of book, though, that will likely cause some readers to read it at once, not able to put it down. And I can't tell you anything more at that point, so if you want to read One Day in Lubbock, and you should, the book is available on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. If you'd like to visit the author's website, head over to Daniel Lance Wright, blogspot.com, I think. Sorry, I'm not 100% sure. Okay, that wraps things up from my end. So thanks again for watching Bookster TV. And I can't wait to bring you another author and his or her great book. If you yourself are an author, or you know someone who is, that would want to promote their great work on this awesome platform, Bookster TV, head over to BooksterTV.com and reach out using the contact form. It's more affordable than you might think, and I'm a pretty easygoing guy and like doing this stuff, so that's how it goes. All right, people, so until then, I'm Craig Phillips. Thanks for watching Bookster TV. Read on.